Hey everyone, welcome to group break number 281, and we're fresh off the heels of that pretty insane inner from Stature in the last break. So if you haven't seen that, be sure to check that one out. Pretty just solid break. Every box kind of had something really nice to it. But it's time for the half case triple up of 2021-22 Upper Deck Series 1 hobbies. So you get three teams. They're actually paired off just to help balance out the break. Sometimes when we do the double ups and triple ups, it'll be like kind of two random teams from each side. Sometimes they'll be paired up. It just depends on the checklist and stuff and how easy it is to kind of balance the teams. And just looking at the overall checklist for this product, doing the trios allows for more balanced teams. And it just the last time we did this, it actually like was pretty balanced. Teams that had like kind of lower quality ended up having higher quantity throughout the break. So. Hopefully it stays the same this way, but yeah, that's kind of the methodology behind it, the method to the madness. Here we go. It's time for the team randoms. So 3 times on the names and 3 times on the pairings. Who you line up with is who you get. Let's get started. Oop, wrong thing there. Here we go. And good luck, everyone. Should be a fun little mix here. And again, there's still spots left in the double up full Series 1 case or Series 2 case tomorrow. That's for 2021 Series 1. So here we go. Once, twice, third time. Me on top, Steven on the bottom. And Team Trios 3 times. So again, they're kind of paired off. Like the first one's kind of your Group A team, second one's your Group B team, third one's your Group C team, except for the Nashville and Detroit are comboed together in Group 1 just because they're both low quality or low quantity, decently quality, so it balances out. In theory, in practice, it worked last time. So here we go, 3 times. Once, twice, third time. Buffalo on top, Florida on the bottom. Here we go. All right, Emil, you have the Sabres, the Golden Knights, and the Oilers. Adam, you have the Predators, Red Wings, Leafs, and Blue Jackets. Johnny, you've got the Senders, Lightning, and Flames. Lucas, you've got the Avalanche, Devils, and Stars. Jonathan with the Rangers, Blackhawks, and Hurricanes. Bill, you've got the Habs, the Canucks, and the Islanders. Well, you didn't get the Yotes, but I'm sure you're happy with the Habs. Lucas, you've got the Kings, Flyers, and Capitals. Graham with the Bruins, Wild, and Blues. Pierre Benoit, you've got the Ducks, Sharks, and Jets, and Steven with the Panthers, Penguins, and Yotes. So there are your teams, and we got to get into the case and get them copied over here. So here we go. I'm just going to get them into the team viewer here, and I don't know why this team viewer actually works without me having to really change much. I like it. Beautiful. Excel formulas do be wild sometimes. And I will say this forever, but like, if there's one thing that you should learn, or like one skill, especially again if you're, heading into university or, at any age, learn basic Excel stuff. Whether it's through a course or teaching yourself, one of the most useful things I've ever learned. So let's get the team viewer up, and then let's get in the case here. So, and as per usual, we like to go from the bottom just because it keeps it really easy on Series 1 and Series 2 to get the boxes out because they fall out properly. Look at that. They're all in the proper order, so that's actually really nice. So 6 will be safe for a break probably next week. It just depends because we're going to be talking about this a lot actually during the break. Series 2 is coming out next week, 21-22. So really looking forward to that. The checklist is insanely strong. We'll talk about it a lot during this break because it's just good stuff to talk about during the break. But yeah. All right, so we'll roll. This is box 1. This is box 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll roll 6 times. Whatever we land on gets it. Adam, you have... Here, I'll just type it. Let's do... Copy and paste will be easier. There we go. My cat's trying to tell you too. Here we go. Alright, so 7, which is this one. Pull it forward. 2, 3, 11, 1, and last box here, 9. There we go. All right, so 9 and 11. 1, 2, 3, and 7. All right. So that leaves these for next week. Just so again, the serial numbers are shown here. 171, 228, 273, 738. This is just more so that you know if it's a weak case or weak half, you know that the boxes aren't swapped out type of thing. 874, 470, and just for consistency's sake. So I like showing them off. All right, and numbers for this week. So we have down at the bottom. We have here. We'll go at the top. We'll do them 3 by 3. I guess that makes the most sense. We have 343, 247, 671. And 805, 721, 945. So 945's out here. All right, here we go. Good luck, everyone. Again, Series 1. I'll keep track of everything. We should have good data on what Series 2 will look like if it follows a similar pattern to Series 1. So here we go. It's been okay. Like we've only hit 1 Young Gun exclusives, and we've opened up like a decent amount, I would say. So it'd be nice to hit another one soon. But this is box. I love how it doesn't like to focus here, by the way. It's a 256711. So, here we go. Yeah, so the Series 2 checklist, it's strong. It's really strong. Oh, I can squeeze this in. Will it focus? It doesn't even focus here. That's so weird. Just doesn't like the barcode. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 1. But yeah, it's crazy. Like, legitimately one of the most insane checklists that we've had, especially at launch, since 13-14 Series 1, and then if not ever. So I think 13-14 Series 1 at launch might be a little higher. We do have an exclusives. Maybe it'll be a Young Gun. Maybe. I cannot tell, but I do see the red. And we are due. We have not hit one in a long time, and it seems like they're falling at 1 every 5 cases or so. Would be my guess based off of like our data and other, like just casually listening and watching into other people's. But yeah, if you're wondering how I get that after each break, I write down how many Young Guns we get in each one and what ones we get, and so it'll dispel the theory that certain Young Guns are short printed, because that's a very common one actually. Is that like people are just like, oh, this Young Gun short printed, like they short print the top Young Guns, and it's like that's really not the case. And now I have the data to back it up. So, but we also know how often do Young Guns exclusives fall? How often do, because the black canvases weren't known at the time, but like how often do they fall? And they're generally like 3 base and 1 Young Gun canvas, or 1 Young Gun per case. So like it's just good to know that type of stuff, and then that way, you know, when we do these trios and stuff, we can use that data to kind of inform what teams are good, what teams are bad, and what teams are in between. So, point for the Lightning on the honor roll. Oh, it's just a base exclusives. But coil for the Bruins to 100, 63 of 100. We honestly haven't hit that many base exclusives though, so they're still pretty rare. But Veal for the Sharks. Zaka for the Devils. Bobrovsky for the Panthers. Kopitar for the Kings on the Hundo P. Robertson for the Stars. Aho for the Hurricanes. Suter for Chicago. Denisenko for the Panthers on the Young Gun canvas. We actually haven't hit a Zegras Young Gun canvas in a while. Kupari for the Kings on the Young Guns. Swayman for the Bruins. There's a good one. Good one to get. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen is no longer an instant save and top load, even though long term, like he probably will be. I would bet on that, but his price has dropped a lot, so. But yeah, the Series 2 checklist is insane. I actually kind of want to pull it up and talk about it. I'll do that after we get through the first couple boxes here. But like, good headliner Young Guns. Like you've got Sider, Raymond, Byfield, Newhook. A really strong supporting cast. Like Lundell's good. Havich is good. Eklund's good. I mean, Dahlin had a really hot start to the year for the Sharks. You just got a bunch of really good players. I mean, you got Podkolzin. You've got Niels Lundqvist with Chicago with the Rangers is really good as well. I mean, Vejmelka is not bad either. Really, Scully. Like, anytime you get a goalie who popped off a little bit, like, not the worst. Sorry, I just need to get my fan blown in here. It gets a little bit toasty during the breaks. All the lights and whatnot. So, here we go. Did we only get? No, we got 3 Young Guns. Yeah, it's gonna be an insane product, and it's like. It's going to be fun from a opening perspective. It's going to be fun from a buying perspective. It's going to be fun from a watching perspective. Like, there's legitimately a chance that, like, and if you're unfamiliar with kind of how Series 1, Series 2 works, you generally get, like, a similar crop of Young Guns in every box type of thing. So, like, for example, we got, like, Kupari with Swayman and Veal. And, like, for the most part, like, the Young Guns will stay... even like stay in that similar crop. They might be a little bit different here and there, but like there's enough really good Young Guns in the product that like you can legitimately probably get one in every box. That's like, and depending on how it's collated and stuff, you'll probably get one in every box. It's like this could be the best Young Gun in 5 years. Hellbuck for the Jets on the Honor Roll Superstars. Ooh, we got our clear-cut Young Gun. I think this one's decent. Shane Pinto for the Senators on the clear-cut Young Gun. That's a solid one. That's one of our better ones. So, nice one there for the Senators. Worth noting that the S is, like, completely wiped off. That was box. I think it was this one. It was a 671, so I will just keep that box to the side. I think it was that box. Just in case. Yeah, it's just like the silver just didn't attach itself, I guess. So, really cool card. Good early hit. Honestly, good box 1. Bryson for the Sabres. Laine for the Blue Jackets. McKinnon for the Avs. Smith for the Devils. Mantha for Washington. French variation of Fleury for Vegas. Fulardi for the Kings on the Electromagnetic. Hall for the Bruins on the canvas. Joshua for the Blues. And Zahorna for the Penguins. So, good box one. Good clear cut, decent Young Gun and Swayman. Yeah. Just a good start. Good Ottawa Johnny. There you go. But yeah, the S does definitely not have the foil on it, so I will send the box with you just in case, you know, you decide to get a replacement or something, or if Upper Deck will do anything for it, I'm not sure. But I'll just send the box with you, that way you have the box number, so. Here we go. Next box. Yeah, hopefully everyone's having a good day. Again, I was going to pull up the Series 2 checklist. Because, yeah, like, there's just so many good names on it. Mercer's another one that I can think of off the top of my head. I mean, Denisenko's not horrible. Ruzicka's not horrible for depth. Like, you know, even like your, like, kind of in the product, the tier 3, tier 4 Young Guns would probably be like borderline tier 2. Like, everyone would kind of be like up a tier if they were in this year's Series 1. So, it's going to be a fun product. And Extended actually should be decent, looking at like who will be on it. Like, I mean, you'll have Jarvis is probably the chase. You'll probably have like Alex Holtz in there. Nico Dawes as well might be in there. I mean, he didn't play well for the Devils, but he's still a young goalie, so like, you know, goalies are always going to be valued because they're goalies. So. All right, here we go. Hughes for the Canucks on this honor roll. Cal Peterson for the Kings on the clear cut. Samuelson for the Sabres on the Young Guns. Subban for the Devils on the canvas. Miller for the Rangers on the debut dates. Kucherov for the Lightning on the Electromagnetic. Dahlin for the Sabres on the portrait. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nemesnikov for the Red Wings on the French variation. And his regular one right behind it. What are the odds? Sharon Govich for the Devils. Keith for Chicago. Daniel Walcott for the Lightning on the Young Guns. And Dune for Columbus on the Young Guns. Alright. A little bit of a slower start to box 2, but not horrible. I was going to pull up the Series 2 checklist. 1 second. 1 second, let me pull this up now that I think about it. But we do have our first Kraken cards as well, so actually I should they don't have a ton of stuff that might honestly pair. I might pair them up with a team, so just because they're relatively light. So I'll go through and make sure, but yeah, we'll have to see. So all right, yeah, that's the other thing though. We're starting to get into 32 team products, which is crazy to think about actually. So yeah, the Young Gun checklist, if you haven't seen it, it's Mason McTavish, Maxime Shushko, Taylor Radish, Philip Tomasino, Brett Murray, Niels Lundqvist, Sampo Ranta. Sampo Ranta's got a lot of hype behind him. Vejmelka for the Yotes, who again started really well for them. Who knows? Mercer for the Devils seemed good. Ronberg for Vegas might like pop off in the playoffs if he gets called up. Newhook seems like a solid bet. Takchev for the Kings isn't horrible. Unique's not like the worst. Lucas Raymond is going to be one of the chase guys. Ruzicka is one of those like good depth players. Perfetti for the Jets has like again he has that Scheifele potential, right? So Neighbors for the Blues, again first round pick that projects decently well. Ferentz isn't major, but arguably the biggest Chase Young Gun is going to be Moritz Seider for the Red Wings. Mason Gertson's kind of might be a fan favorite player, but yeah, kind of one of those other ones. Let's get through this half and then we'll continue on from Gertson. Burns for the Sharks. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen on the Dazzlers for the Sabres. Pietrangelo for Vegas. Oshie for the Capitals. Burrows for the Avs on the Young Guns. Cam York for the Flyers on the Young Guns. A little bit of a soft corner there. Bergeron for the Bruins. Will he be back with the Bruins? There's also Pastrnak trade rumors floating out there. Those are pretty wild. Stützle on the gold debut dates for the Senators. Middleton for the Avs. A little bit of soft edge there. Markstrom for the Flames. Tolvanen for the Predators. Sharangovich for the Devils. So that was a quiet box. That was a quieter box. Yeah, as we get into box 3 here, which is box number 238343. As we get into this box, let's just get through there. Where were we? We were left off at Gertson. Yegor Chinakhov for Columbus. And, like, not a bad rookie year for the Blue Jackets. Hendrix Lapierre, again, played 9 games for the Capitals or so and got sent back. Like, has some promise. Jonathan Dahlin had a really hot start to the year for the Sharks. If he can keep that up, then, you know, again, not a bad bet. Duhaime for the Wild was just a solid player for them, like good bottom 6 player. Eklund, just honestly played well enough to probably stay in the NHL this year, just didn't for the Sharks. They sent him back, which is fine. Novak for the Predators, again, kind of like just depth, not the worst depth player to have in your product. Katchuk for the Lightning, well, part of that Hagel trade, same with Radish. Again, just for a depth player, not the worst. Benoit Olivier Groux for the Ducks. Another kind of like semi-promising guy. But like more in the depth thing. Dizon Mayo for the Coyotes. A great name. B actually pretty solid player. So Justin Richards for the Rangers is the next one. He's kind of like was one of those college free agents who was highly touted, but probably shouldn't have been that highly touted type of thing. So he's one of the names that I'm shocked to see in this. Podkolzin for the Canucks. Again, solid young gun. Not gonna be like biased here because Canucks, but definitely has decent potential to, you know, maybe not be a first like superstar player, but has star potential. It's there. Matthew Phillips for the Flames, like, again, undersized player, but scores at will in the AHL. If he ever gets into the NHL, like, you could look at a Michael Bunting type scenario there. So, Frederick Gallard for the Predators, kind of one of those players I was shocked got a young gun type of thing. But, yeah. Prosvedov for the Yotes is a goalie. He's a goalie. That's really my analysis there. Ylönen for the Habs, like, again, not the worst, but definitely not like a major player. Newhook for the Habs on the honor. We'll come back to that. Come back to the checklist after this half. Wheeler for the Jets on the jersey. Gustafsson for the Senators on the Young Guns. Kane for Chicago on the canvas. Gaudreau for the Flames on the electromagnetic. Backstrom for the Capitals on the electromagnetic. McKinnon for the Avs on the portraits. French of Zucker for the Penguins. Wheeler for the Jets. Lindholm for the Flames. Tyce Thompson for the Devils on the Young Guns. And Jackson Cates for the Flyers on the Young Guns. That first box was like legitimately insane, and then the other two boxes have so far not been that good. But yeah, so we were at Gregory Hoffman went back to the National League, so kind of a nothing player, but did okay. Nothing major. Jasper Weatherby, again, depth player. Byfield, I love Byfield. Good player. Probably be like kind of the third biggest name out of the gate. Maybe the second. Anton Lundell, again, for the Panthers, another good player. Had a really strong rookie year there. Looks to be good. Will Lockwood for the Canucks. More of a depth player, but again, not the worst depth player to have type of thing. Grigory Denisenko. We pulled this young gun canvas, actually, in this break. He is a highly skilled player, and if he gets it together, it could turn out well. So, Jakob Pettersson for the Stars. Had an okay death year for them. Jake Lecision for the Vegas Golden Knights. Again, not a bad year. Vegas depth, if they go on a run next year, you know, he'll be a part of it. So he might get a bump. Oscar Steen for the Bruins. Not major, but again, just solid depth. Bernard Docker for the Senators. Kind of a high pick player. Maybe not the most, maybe not the best stylistic game to translate to card value, but again, not bad. Dorofeev for Vegas is very limited NHL games, but young and produced a lot at the AHL. So, again, good depth player. Maxwell Willman for the Flyers. Candidly, didn't look into his stats too much, so don't know. Cole Sillinger for the Blue Jackets. Honestly, might end up being one of the sleepers from the set. But we'll see, because he had a really good IHF. He had a decent NHL year, not the best, but decent. So we'll have to see where he lands at. But he's one that I'm interested in. Voracek for the Flyers. Sure. And then we'll get to the last ones there and then give our thoughts. Besser for the Canucks. Suter for Chicago. Couturier for the Flyers. We just put that, there we go. Mario Studenic for the Devils on the Young Guns. Joe Veleno for the Red Wings on the Young Guns. Connor McDavid for the Oilers on the Honor Roll. Rookie retrospective gold of Nedeljkovic for the Hurricanes. Wade Allison for the Flyers. Suter for the Wild. Rathbone for the Canucks on the debut dates, and rounding off the box is a Kaprizov on the Electromagnetic for the Wild. Yeah, the last young gun is John Gadjevich for the Sharks. Again, not the worst depth player. But yeah, and then the checklist is Sider Raymond, so there's no random for that much in the product, which I'm happy about. I didn't actually take a look through the canvases. I took like a quick look to see if who would be if Jarvis was in there, but it didn't look like he was. So yeah, the canvases look insanely good. You got Caulfield, Veleno, Kachuk, Tomasino's in there, Darlene, Matthew Phillips is in the canvas. Wow. Kupari, Neighbor, Cylinder, Lapierre, Raymond, Neil Lundqvist, Spencer Knight. You got McTavish. You got Sampo Ranta. Wait, is there no Sider canvas? I don't think there's a Mo Sider canvas. Huh. I'm reading that right? Yeah. I don't see his name on it. That's interesting. This is 12945. I didn't realize that my first look through. But yeah, there's again a lot of the canvases are good. Again, Drysdale, stuff like that. The retired canvas have some cool ones. You got Gordie Howe for the Whalers. You'll have Teemu Selanne, who will actually on the checklist he's the Winnipeg Jets. But that's the old Winnipeg Jets. So that's a Phoenix Coyotes card. Well, Arizona Coyotes. You have Rob Blake, Belfour, Terry O'Reilly, Marcus Naslund. Ooh. Hey, Brady Forsberg. Some good names on there. And the Program of Excellence seems as expected. The kind of NHLers on the Program of Excellence are like Ty Smith, Nick Suzuki, Patrice Bergeron, Jason Spezza, Marc-Andre Fleury, Mark Stone, and Eric Lindros. So again, decent names. Rookie materials. There's no listed short prints, but I have to imagine that a couple leagues will be shorter printed than the others. That's one thing with Stature, actually. Upper Deck kind of took away their group short printing. Which I wish they had, but just because you can tell if you got a short print or not. Even if they do it after the fact, and hey, this person was a short print, and don't even have to tell us the odds. Just note who's the short print and who's not. Would be nice. Yeah, everything looks solid. I don't think again. Yeah, most Siders in the rookie materials. So the Canvas Young Gun's weird. I'm shocked he actually doesn't have one. Maybe he'll get one in extended somehow. It'd be nice to see them do Young Gun canvases for extended, because there are a couple last year that I would have liked to see in the canvas set at least, but we'll see. We'll have to see when that checklist comes out, which will probably be mid-August, I think. But it depends, because they bumped this up. They bumped SPA up a little bit, so that's nice to see again. All right, get Thurl for the Flames. Hellbuck for the Jets. McDavid for the Oilers on the Hundo P. Rock for the Red Wings. There he is. Zegras for the Ducks. Definitely a soft corner on that one. See, it's kind of bent in a little bit, so top edge is a little bit soft. As a heads up. Definitely not a 10, probably an 8, maybe a 7. Probably an 8. I don't know. It depends on how tough PSA is on the corners, but yeah, there we go. It's been a while since we've actually hit them, it feels like. Keane for the Hurricanes. Kane for Chicago. Lucic for the Flames on the gold Hundo P. Lashinsky for the Flyers on the Young Guns. Bushnevich for the Rangers. Kratzoff for the Rangers. Larkin for the Red Wings. And that's that half. Not a bad half. And the Zegers would have been better if it didn't have that little ding on it, I think. Is this box 343? I think. So I will keep that box to the side. Yeah, overall the checklist looks solid. I mean, we have our first like kind of cracking rookie stuff with the Coland rookie materials. And I'm really shocked they didn't save him for... I think it's because they started printing Series 1 way earlier than what like we expected, like before the expansion draft. So I was shocked that they didn't save him for the Kraken. That means that Beniers is going to be the, I guess the first Young Gun for Seattle, which, I mean, hey, that's going to be exciting. He is really good, so... That's an electromagnetic. Just stand it out perfectly that it's just like pure white on the back. It's a little weird. Alright. Here we go. Last half of box 4. Malkin for the Penguins. Keith for Chicago on the canvas black. Young Gun checklist between the Habs and the Ducks. So that'll be random. Again, if we get a French variation or a clear cut, I don't think we'll get a clear cut. But like even in exclusives or something like that, we'll random the better one off and then the loser will get the base. If we get 2 of the base, both people will get one. So fairly straightforward. Besser for the Canucks. Heponiemi for the Panthers. Draisaitl for the Oilers. Stützle for the Senators. Zuccarello for the Wild on the French. Pater for the Sharks on the electromagnetic. Canvas of Bergeron for the Bruins. Berboulet, sorry, for the Lightning. And well, okay. Young Gun checklist. This one has a little bit of a soft edge there, but can't say I've ever seen that before. And neither are French. They're both... Never seen that before. 2 in 1 box. How about that? So, no random. Both get one. And if we get a third, because, I mean, hey, 2 in 1 box opens up to a third. Then we'll random off the third. This is box 721, by the way. Yeah, I have not seen that before, to be honest. Random, yeah, I guess we could random the bit. Honestly, though, like, so this one has a more This one has a more noticeable corner or side defect. This one has a way more noticeable edge defect. Like, this one's actually cleaner until that point. This whole edge is rough, so it's like, it's honestly pick 'em on which one's in better shape. It's just that one's like a little bit more noticeable. it's much easier too from a sorting process, just 1 and 1, because then I'm not looking at the back for which one is better, and so we'll just do 1 and 1. It'll essentially be random because they'll literally stay face up the whole time, and I'll drop them in. So, but yeah, they're both like, they both have equal issues. It's just one's like bigger in one spot, the other's just more of the cards. So I've never seen that in the same box. So that's crazy. All right. So far, this case has been like some good high-end stuff. Young Guns are like about average. Yeah, it's been solid so far. The first half. Vasilevsky for the Lightning. Subban for the Devils on the black canvas. Zach Jones for the Rangers. Holtby for the Canucks. Smith for the Devils on the debut dates. Shesterkin for the Rangers. Knight for the Panthers on the rookie portraits. Kalinick on the French Young Guns for the Chicago Blackhawks. There we go. It goes there. We got Mikey Anderson for the Kings on the rookie retrospective. The Shesterkin canvas for the Rangers. Jeremy Davies for the Predators, and Matt Kiersted for the Panthers on the Young Guns. There we go. Few more packs to go here. I'm gonna probably need to bring the air conditioner out soon. Alright, here we go. Crosby for the Penguins on the portraits. Dazzlers of Nurse for the Oilers. Point for the Lightning. Brown for the Kings. Akin for the Bruins on the Young Guns. There's a Caulfield for the Habs. So we pulled one of the big ones of each. So a little bit of a soft edge. No major noticeable things, but hey. It's definitely in better shape than the Zegras. It won't grade out of 10, but it's not bad. It's fine. And that's fine by me. Zegers on the honor roll superstars for the Ducks. Norris for the Senators on the gold electromagnetic. Baraboulet for the Lightning. Deneau for the Habs. Hagel for Chicago. And Cousins for the Sabres. There we go. This is a pretty balanced break, I'd say. You know, we have some... We got the clear cut. Got one of each of the two big young guns. The second half could be good, still. Ooh, we got a double sticker box here. It's got the double sticker. There we go. Actually, it's even double stickered here. It's 805 and I can't see what number it is behind it, but it's double stickered. Maybe that means double goodness. We'll have to find out. Here we go, final box. So yeah, in terms of breaks, I think there were 11 spots left in tomorrow's Series 2 full case double. That is last year's Series 2. Very good precursor into the breaks for next week. Yeah, I'm just excited about those. So, that might have been our Young Gun canvas there in the canvas black. Definitely have another canvas black. That would be our third. So if it's not the Young Gun canvas, that means we have arguably the best one coming in the next half. Next hobby is next Wednesday. Hobby is next Wednesday, so barring any last minute delays, but I don't think there are any. So. Maybe a pretty tight turnaround for the shops too. Byfield for the Kings on the honor roll. Well, there's our Young Gun canvas black. It's Brett Murray for the Sabres. So kind of the two main Young Gun case hits aren't in play anymore. Barring, I mean, we've had cases that have had two of each, so it's not impossible. But Hardman for Chicago. Point for the Lightning. Laugh for the Rangers. Krebs for Vegas on the debut dates. McDavid for the Oilers on the portraits. French variation of DeBrusque for the Bruins, so we should still have our French Young Gun in the other half. Crosby for the Penguins on the Hundo P. Matthews and Marner on the canvas checklist. Logan Thompson for Vegas on the Young Guns. And Lane Peterson for the Oats on the Young Guns. Alright, here we go. Final half. It's been solid. Good Young Gun canvas, both of the big ones, like for half the case. It's been not good Young Gun canvas, good Young Gun clear cut. Like, you take this for half a case. Is it insane? It's actually pretty solid. So, we hit both big Young Guns, and that's all that really matters. We haven't hit any Knights. We haven't hit any Jeannots. I mean, again, I think UPL will be a big Young Gun in like 5 years from now, or like at least above what he's selling for right now type of thing. So pack here. Here you go. They're all a little bit kind of stuck together, not quite, but a little bit. Hashtag for the Bruins. 3, 4, 5, 6. Ring Cat for Chicago on the Dazzlers. Hischier for the Devils on the Electromagnetic. We have some stuck packs. Cole Lind for the Canucks on the Young Gun canvas. We have Kalen Addison for the Wild on the Young Guns. Oh. I think we have a Knight coming up here. There we go, Spencer Knight for the Florida Panthers on the Young Guns. Good one there. So actually, pretty solid half. I think we'll probably run triple up for the second half still, though. Barring like something insane here, but even then I still think we'll run triple up for the second half. Gensel for the Penguins. Suit variation of Panarin for the Rangers. The Breadman. Cole Lind for the Canucks on the Young Guns. Kane for San Jose. Fox for the Rangers. And finishing up with an Electromagnetic of Sebastian Aho for the Carolina Hurricanes. So no randoms to do here, just a recap. So here we go. Get the base put away. All right. Recap time. Sure. In terms of like different variations for stuff, we have French Young Guns of Kalinick for Chicago, Canvas Black of Murray for the Sabres, and a suit variation of Panarin for the Rangers. We got 2 checklists in one box, which is wild. So both Montreal and Anaheim will get one. 2 notable base Young Guns are Swayman and Knight. Other 2 notable Young Guns, Zegras and Caulfield. So we got the two big ones. And hit the break, clear cut of Pinto for the Senators. So that's all she wrote on the break. Again, there's still spots left in tomorrow's break. I will drop a link to that. I think there were 11 left at last check. I can check quickly here, but it is a double up of last year's Series 2. Good segue into next week's break. So I will link you to that. Yeah, 11 spots left. So take care. I'll see you next week, and yeah, have a good night.